It was almost midnight when Jake, a part-time pizza delivery guy, got one final order before closing. The address was strange. House number 47, Old Windmill Road. That road had been closed for years after a landslide, but the GPS showed a single flickering light at the end of it. His manager told him, "Just drop it off, then you're done for the night." Jake sighed, grabbed the pizza, and rode off through the empty streets. The farther he went, the quieter everything became. Streetlights faded away one by one, swallowed by the fog. His phone lost signal completely. After a few minutes, he spotted it. A dilapidated two-story house, its windows cracked, paint peeling, and an old windmill creaking slowly behind it. A faint yellow glow came from one upstairs window. Jake parked his scooter and called out, "Pizza delivery." No answer. He knocked. The door swung open with a long, painful creak. The air inside was cold and heavy, filled with the stench of damp wood and something metallic, like blood. Dust-covered furniture stood beneath white sheets. The wallpaper peeled like rotting skin. Then, from upstairs, he heard faint footsteps and a woman's whisper, "Come in, Jake." He froze. He hadn't told anyone his name. His heart pounded as he climbed the stairs. "Hello? Who ordered the pizza?" His voice echoed through the hollow halls. At the top, the hallway stretched unnaturally long. Doors lined both sides, all slightly ajar. Behind them, he heard murmurs, soft voices whispering, laughing, crying. He opened one door. Inside was a dining room, the table set with rotting food, and in the center, a cold pizza box, the same brand he worked for. But the receipt read, "Delivered, 12 a.m., 1999. Jake's stomach twisted. "What the hell?" he whispered. Then, all the voices stopped. The lights flickered. In the reflection of a dusty mirror, a tall shadow appeared behind him, its head tilted. A whisper crawled through the room. "You're late again, Jake." He spun around. Nothing. The pizza box was gone. At the far end of the hallway stood a woman in a torn red dress, her black hair hanging over her face. Slowly, she raised her arm and pointed at him. The walls began to bleed. The floor groaned. The whispers turned into screams. Jake bolted down the stairs, but when he reached the front door, it was gone. The house had sealed itself shut. He beat on the walls, shouting, "Let me out!" A whisper came from right behind him. "Your last delivery is here." He turned and saw her face inches from his. Pale, hollow eyes, mouth stretched impossibly wide. She reached out and grabbed his face. Everything went black. The next morning, police found Jake's scooter parked outside the abandoned windmill house. The pizza box sat on the seat, still warm, with a fresh receipt attached. Delivered, 12 a.m., 2025. Customer name Jake. No one ever took another delivery to Old Windmill Road again. It was a cold, rainy night when Tom, a pizza delivery driver for Tony's Pizzeria, got one last order before closing. The address caught his eye, 13 Ravenwood Lane. Everyone in town knew that address, the Carter house, abandoned after a family tragedy decades ago. Locals whispered about screams in the night and lights flickering in the windows, but Tom didn't believe in ghost stories. He just wanted to finish his shift. He slid the pizza into his car and drove out through the storm. The rain came down in sheets, and the farther he went, the quieter it became. No cars, no streetlights, just the hum of his engine and the occasional thunder rumble in the distance. When he reached Ravenwood Lane, his headlights illuminated a massive, decaying house. Its paint was peeling, the porch sagging, and every window was dark, except one. A faint yellow glow flickered upstairs, like a candle fighting to stay lit. Tom grabbed the pizza box and shouted, "Tony's Pizzeria, got your order." No response. He checked the receipt. There was no name, only a note. "Use the back door." He frowned. "Weird," he muttered. But the rain was soaking through his jacket, so he followed the narrow path to the backyard. The grass was overgrown, and an old swing creaked back and forth, even though there was no wind. The back door stood ajar, swaying slightly. "Hello?" he called out. "Pizza's here." Silence. He stepped inside. The air was thick with the smell of mildew, wet wood, and something sharp, metallic, like blood. "I'm just gonna leave it here, all right?" he said. Then a woman's voice drifted from the next room, soft and eerie. "Did you bring the right order, Tom?" He froze. He hadn't told anyone his name. He turned slowly toward the sound, but the room was empty. Only a dusty dining table stood there, set for 5 people, all covered in cobwebs, except for one chair. On that chair sat a fresh pizza box, identical to the one in his hands. The receipt on it said, "Thanks for delivering again." Tom's breath hitched. "What the hell?" he whispered. Then came the sound. Heavy footsteps upstairs. Thump, thump, thump. Slow, steady, getting closer. He backed toward the exit, but when he grabbed the doorknob, it wouldn't turn. The door was nailed shut. The footsteps reached the stairs. The old wood groaned. Then he saw her, a pale woman in a blood-stained nightgown, holding a pizza box. Her hair hung wet and stringy, and water dripped from her face as if she'd just crawled out of a lake. Her voice was a whisper that felt too close to his ear. "Your order, Tom. It's still warm." He stumbled backward, tripping over a fallen chair. The box fell from his hands, spilling open, empty. The woman leaned down, her hollow eyes glimmering black. "You always deliver, even after you're gone." The lights flickered violently, and then everything went black. The next morning, police found Tom's car parked outside the Carter house. The engine was cold, but the pizza box on the seat was still steaming. The receipt read, "Delivered, 12 a.m. Customer, Tom." Written beneath it, in red ink, "Delivery complete.